Hi, guys. Okay, it's Friday. Oh, and I look like shit.
Yeah, well, your
Sick.
face doesn't look like shit.
Well, I'm in the most, um,
But it's like we said, even at our worst, we're probably better than a lot.
you know, we were talking about like husbands and empathy and when you're sick, and like some are really good with when you're sick, some are really bad when you're sick. We also talked about when men get mad when their children get hurt and like what that response is. Like they're not mad at the kid, but they're mad at the
Mhm.
situation.
And I've seen it happen in other people's families too. Like I've seen other men, like when their kid is hurt, they get mad.
Yeah, it's like a visceral response. Like what the fuck?
It's funny because it doesn't feel to me, I'm not trying to diss them, but to me that seems not maternal.
It's not
And
maternal.
I understand because they're men, so that would be paternal, but
It's not maternal.
it is like it's the opposite reaction is what you should be having. But you know what I feel like it is?
What?
I feel like it's a protector, I understand, but it's also a selfish feeling. Like it's like they're mad because
They
something
couldn't stop it?
they couldn't stop it. They can't do anything about it. They want it to end. This is their kid, but it's like them.
They didn't stop it.
Yeah, but also it's their feelings instead of when like when someone's hurt and us as moms and we give to them, like we give up what we might be wanting in that moment or feeling to give them our kindness and our softness.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. I wonder if it's raised though, or if they're
I feel like it is so
internal.
internal. I feel like they don't even think before they do it. It's so automatic. And there are men that aren't like that. And actually, I had a situation where I watched when it happened to a kid, and it was like a Stitches situation.
Okay.
And the one dad got mad, and there was another dad in the room, and the other dad acted like a mom. But both of the dads got involved instead of like the moms. It's like they were like on it. I don't know if it was because it was a boy or because he was playing sports. It was like the kid was screaming, whatever. But it was like I felt
What do you do when they get hurt?
when they're really hurt, which isn't very often. You know what I mean? If they're hurt, I fix them.
Yeah.
I fix them calmly. If people are like, if kids are like raging, like crying or they're hurt, it's like I just couldn't take the calm. It's like when Teddy had seizures
Yeah.
and it was very dramatic. I can call 911. I can talk calmly. I can be calm.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
You
like
know what to do.
yeah, and I'm also like I don't see how, and I know a lot of parents can get very dramatic in the situation, but I don't see how that adds to calming it down.
You're very good though at like if your husband starts a situation, you're very good at letting him finish a situation.
Mm,
Like you don't step in often.
mm.
If I don't mean being hurt, I mean in any parenting situation. So I'm sure if he started the hurt situation, they'd come to you and then you would do something differently. But like
Mhm.
you're good at letting that train go. And then you will let it go and be like, this is not a me thing. Like you started this. I can't end
Yeah.
this for you. And then you can end it though if when they come to you and they need like a cuddle.
Yeah. But I also think that like in those situations, you don't need like too many hands
I know.
because they're never no two parents are going to do it exactly the same. So
No.
if you're doing it one way and they're doing it one way, that creates conflict when the kid just needs like stability and like
Don't you find it so weird though that you get married and you don't talk about your parenting styles and then you have to parent and then you start parenting and then when you're parenting it's like you were raised differently and you don't take classes on how to parent. So your styles are so opposite of what you're
Mhm.
doing. I can't imagine how many couples
Mhm.
have massive fights
Yeah.
over parenting.
Yep.
And imagine your child was facing something that you didn't agree on, like politically, like if they were maybe possibly gay or they had,
Oh.
they wanted, not politically, but dye their hair or get pierced. Like if one of you were chill and sort of like, this is just their freedom, let them do what they're going to do, they'll figure it out. And someone else was like, absolutely not. I, I'm surprised we don't hear more stories of people
Mhm.
not working it out when their children they're not on the same page of how to handle their children.
And I think you're so right, and I think that there probably is a lot more than people talk about. Um,
Like, they're not
I
no
think it
one's saying, like, "We just don't agree on how to raise our children."
I like, we had one person basically tell us something very
Was that the
specific.
hockey
Yeah,
person? Yeah. Oh, guys,
but when you
we're getting our makeup done,
mm,
and our kids are little, little. It's like this tiny place, and she basically goes to us, "I got a divorce because I could not handle hockey. I couldn't handle the situation of hockey that he was obsessed and he was crazy and it changed him as a person." And I'm like, "This is our family."
yeah.
And he chose
And I think that there's more to, like, hockey was the thing, but by him choosing that, he was showing to her
his
what was
priority.
important to him. Yeah. So I think it was like hockey was the thing, but it really was.
I wonder where that kid is now.
Yeah.
I wonder if the dad's like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
I, like, gave up my whole family
Yeah.
for something that is maybe something maybe." Oh god, I wish I could have a follow-up with that.
Well, yeah, and well, there's the other thing, and I'll never forget, like, people having these conversations, and we've had it before, but like the kind of relationships where a lot of people say, like, you should choose your partner over your kids.
Like, if there's a fire and someone's gonna die, choose your
Yeah,
partner.
or, just in life, like, it should start with you 2 choosing each other, and then that will lead to, like, health with the kids and stuff, and I always remember my mom saying, I choose kids, and, I have some friends who are like, "I would choose my partner," but I would say the majority of women that I speak to say they would, like, choose their children over
Over
their partner, and it's not
do you
necessarily a
mean
death
like,
thing.
okay, not a death thing, but
It's
in
like,
I mean, if my children came and told me something that their dad had
right.
done, 100% I'm believing my kids.
Yes.
Like, there's not even a
Right.
I'm not second guessing my
Yes.
my children if they're being hurt by someone,
Mhm.
I'm like 100%.
Mhm. And if I'm in a relationship where, like, if I was in a relationship where I felt like it was, unhealthy for my children to be watching me and my husband together, even
Oh,
though
I'm
even
speaking
though I
my
love him and I'm committed to him and I wanna marry him, I choose that I don't want my children to see this, and I will
1,000%.
give up my husband for that.
Oh, 1,000% I would too. No, I would put the kids first because their situation matters more than my relationship with
Mhm. I
somebody.
agree.
I mean, you if it's gonna be, you can get back together, but I later in life, but I also find, like, school situations, how you think they should be tutored, how you think, what do grades matter, how you think sports, extracurricular, do you think they should be extracurricular? Do you not? I don't wanna pay for extracurricular, I wanna go on vacation. Like, there are so
I
many
don't think people talk a lot about
you
that.
actually can't know, though. You can't know. I if you had told me that hockey would have been like this, I would not have believed you, number 1. I don't think you can imagine the amount of people that give up so much for this sport. Actually, every sport. It's
Mhm.
not even this sport, it's every single sport. Blows my
But
mind as a
I
fan.
don't think people are, like, because people don't wanna expose their relationships while they're in them, right? So, like, I think a lot of people do deal with a lot of all those things that you said in parenting, whether it's school, sports, some people think religion is important, all these, like,
Yeah,
things. I don't think that people talk out loud about what's going on in their family and the conflicts that they have with their partner around that, because you're still married to them and you can't, but I think that that's, like, a really interesting conversation of, like, maybe for the people that didn't make it, like, um, those challenges that had really nothing to do with you and your partner's
no.
love for each other.
Uh-uh.
It was just different. Yeah, it is. I mean,
And
I see it every day.
And what, like, chips away at your relationship is often little things like how they talk to the kids.
Yeah.
Like how they, think that it should be this way. Or I remember there was a person, who I'd spoken to, and she loved being a stay-at-home mom.
Mhm.
Loved it.
Mhm.
But her husband
Mhm.
basically said, like, you're not staying home.
Mhm.
I didn't marry someone who wanted to stay home.
Mhm.
You're going back to work.
Mhm.
Kinda like, I'm not accepting anything different.
Mhm.
And I was like, that's not even a conversation,
Mhm.
but it was something that she went back and just went back to work because he didn't marry someone who should stay home. And I was just like, this is crazy
Well,
that
I remember when I was pregnant with Taylor, And I was coming to near the end of it, and I was probably emotional, whatever. And I remember driving in a car, and I don't know who was there or whatever, but I remember kind of saying like that I didn't think that I had plans to go back um after having her.
You said this to a friend or to your
No,
husband?
to my husband. There was other people there though, I remember. I don't know where we were driving home from. And I remember him being like, sort of like looking like, what? Like, we never discussed that. And I remember it was Mother's Day. And I remember I was so upset because I kind of thought in my mind, well, number one, I thought we assumed it would be my decision. We assumed, I assumed it
Yeah.
would be my
You thought
decision.
he wouldn't even question it is what you wanna do.
If that's what you want to do, then that's what's going to happen. I do appreciate that we did not have that conversation, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Maturity.
In my head, I feel like we did, just like I feel like 100% I said I wanted to have 4 kids. He says we didn't say that. I said we did say that. Everyone knows that. You're the only one who didn't listen. I said it. You weren't listening, which maybe could have been the same thing with me not going back to work after Taylor. But in that moment, I was almost having the baby, and I thought to myself, I can't handle the pressure that I'm about to have this baby and embark on all of this, and then you're going to expect me to go back to work. And when he said that, I felt like, oh, you're not on my page, and I felt so like,
You're not my teammate.
yeah, like you should want to do whatever I want to do. Like I'm having your baby.
Do you still feel that way?
Um, I no, I feel like so much has changed now that
Like, if Natalie was pregnant now having that conversation, would you be offended?
actually, yeah. I think that like I did think when I did I did think that when I had kids that I would definitely have the option of being a stay-at-home mom if I wanted it.
I don't think I thought that far
Yeah.
because we get a year off in Canada. We get a
Mm,
long time off in Canada. So it's hard to imagine what I don't think I could imagine past I didn't even know what the year was gonna be like.
mhm,
And I couldn't imagine daycare only because there wasn't conversations around it, but I
mhm.
did hear there was wait lists. Like, our situation in Toronto for daycare was so crazy, and the
So
amount that it
expensive.
cost to get your kid into daycare in kind of like your neighborhood was I think when they were little, because we looked into it just to see,
Mhm.
I was gonna
Yeah.
make more we were gonna save money by me staying home. I was a
Mhm.
social worker, so I
Mhm.
wasn't, like, making bank, but I think it was at that time, like, 1950, like,
Yes.
$1,950
Yeah.
for, um per month,
Mhm.
not
Mhm.
per week. I mean,
Mm-mm.
not per year, per month.
Mhm.
So it was, like, not worth it for me to go back
Mhm.
for financial reasons,
Mhm.
but I don't know if I was making a ton of money
Mhm.
and I said, "I'm not going back,"
Mhm.
if that conversation would have been different.
Right.
Um, I don't know where we would have landed with that because if
Yeah.
he looked at me and he
Mm.
was the breadwinner, did you still say that? Breadwinner?
I feel like.
And then he's like, "I wanna be a stay-at-home dad."
Mhm.
It's not fair
No.
that I am like, "No, you can't," but I think dual income women make a lot of money now, and
Yeah.
I think a dual income is we
It
didn't make a lot of money, so it was
well,
less.
and also I didn't truthfully, I probably also felt the pressure that I didn't have a career. Like I had no job to go back to. You had like a you were on
I had a fucking pension.
yeah, you had all of that, and so you could go back and they would have your job for you. I had
You'd have
nothing.
to go find a job.
I would have to go find a job.
Okay, let's take a quick break. Hold on a minute. So you quit when you got pregnant?
Yeah, but I was working at a job, like, I ended up leaving a job because like, that I worked for a few years for, like, a really cool it was an amazing
Oh,
experience, like, I learned so much from it, but it was time for me to leave, and the company ended up, going under and changing, but, I ended up working I was actually just like, I was working for my stepdad in that interim part. 'Cause I kinda knew I was getting married and I was gonna have a baby, like, and, so I was like, I worked there and it was like, it was great. I loved helping him out. I was learning some things, but that wasn't gonna be what I was gonna do forever.
you weren't gonna leave your baby to go do that.
I also wasn't gonna go back there, and I don't think there was a job there for me really. Like, I had no expertise in it.
Yeah.
Um,
You weren't gonna move up the ranks.
no, and there wasn't a job waiting for me, so I was gonna have to find out what my job would be. It's funny, and you never really think about these things. Like I haven't really thought about that I had nothing to go to, and so I would have to find a job, which I never went there in my brain. And I don't want to. At that time I was like, and then when I had the baby and then I got myself pregnant at 9 when Taylor was 9 months.
Did you do that for a reason?
I just wanted to have kids close together. Like even before I started kids, I had I had my spreadsheet of how many, like when a baby would be born, how many months apart they would be when I try and get pregnant.
You and I are very different in that aspect, like very different.
Yeah.
I have never made a spreadsheet in my life, and you had one for your kids.
Because I wanted to be done having babies at 35.
Were you?
I think I had TJ at 35. So I just knew that that's what I wanted to be done. So then I had to back up the months when you got pregnant, how long you'd be pregnant,
Holy shit!
when I
Natalie.
need to get pregnant. So really, I wanted to have TJ at I wanted to be done at 34, but Mark made me wait another year, so I finished at 35. But so I knew I had to get pregnant. Like I knew I wanted to get pregnant with Taylor. I mean, after Taylor, because I needed to.
So your job was to have babies.
Yeah, but that was my plan.
But he never ever questioned it again.
I guess not, because then I guess we moved for him, and that's another thing is that when he wanted to move,
This is hilarious. Okay. So we were hanging out every day. Like life was a dream. I know where I was walking when you called me to tell me. And I'm walking along, I'll tell you the street after, but I'm walking along there pushing the stroller. And I'm walking back to my house. And Natalie calls me and she goes, "So I've got some news." And I'm like, "What?" Like, I thought I was in trouble. You didn't tell me to my face. You just told me on the phone.
was I in Ottawa when I called you?
No, I don't think so. I feel
Okay.
like you were like, "I am moving to Vancouver." And I was like,
By the way,
"What?"
I can't even remember that conversation.
Okay. And I go, "You're okay with this?" And you go like this, "No, I'm not. But my mom says I have to do grown up and adult things. So I have to go and do these grown up and
For my
adult
family.
for my family." It was like so matter of fact, like, "I have to go and do this. I'm not okay with this, but I'm going to go do this." And I was like, "Okay, good for you.
You know what?
Congratulations."
You know what it kind of was like? Like my husband was having an opportunity with a job. I wasn't working.
You told me my mom told me I had to
she did.
go.
She did.
My mom told me
Yeah.
I have to go.
Because
You were ready to stay and do long distance
I basically did during that
because you
time.
relied on your mom a lot at that time.
I really did. But I was like, who am I to say that we can't when I am not bringing any money and the job is there?
What did you do when he told you were moving?
I mean, I kind of thought like I'd never moved anywhere. So I kind of thought it was maybe kind of exciting.
Oh, good.
And I was just like, it'll be an adventure.
Oh, good.
But when I got there, every day I wanted to come home. And I even left for a month. And then I came home
I
for
have
a
to
while.
tell you something that those of you who don't know her have to understand that she never wants to be home when there's idle time. Like she wants to be like in a car, like a gypsy. I probably can't say that word, but wants to be just sort of like floating around, going. She could float from bed to bed, just kind of float all around. But then you move, and that is not okay.
Well, no.
Because you would think it would be fun.
Yeah, no. I mean, and there was times and like definitely had an experience and it was a full year. Like even though I wasn't there that much because I left for Florida for a month and I came home a couple times, I had a full experience there and it was probably good for me to like feel what it was like to like I had to go meet people.
I had to go meet. See that face? I had to go meet people.
And I did things I never would normally have done. And
I'll just never, my mom told me.
Yeah.
My mom told me I have to do this.
And then my mom came to visit me after I had the baby. And when she left,
you cried.
Oh my God, she drove down the road and I just cried. I was like, oh my God, like I can't do that.
Do you think you're that way now? If you moved?
I think that I understand time now better, that I would never stay, like I'd probably, well, really, I just wouldn't want to leave you and I'd bring my mom where I was.
What about her husband?
Oh. Like she'd come visit for extended periods of time, like, I don't know if she had she was working at that time. Cause I was kind of like, you should probably just stay here with me. But she was working. I was like,
she was a grown up and she's like, Natalie, this is a grown up thing you have to do. She was like, we have to. She probably was like, come home. But she was like, Natalie, you're married.
Yeah.
This is your husband.
No. And I told him that I can do a year and then I had to come home because I've just.
Sorry, before you left, you said that?
No. Once I was there, I was like, I can only do a max of a year here. We have to leave.
So he could still be working there. You guys could still be living there. I never knew this. How have we been doing this podcast for 10 years and I never knew that? Okay, hold on, we'll take a quick break. You told them you had to leave?
Yeah,
That's why you left.
I had to come home, yeah.
You left because you had to leave.
Yeah. His job also wasn't what he thought it was. So it all kind of worked out, luckily.
Holy shit, but he loved Vancouver.
Oh, he could have lived there. Oh my gosh, the mountains, the ocean, like just the vibe. It was very like
Oh, yeah,
very him.
Oh, shit, and he packed up and moved home.
Mhm. I think he also knew like, I mean, I wanted to have 2 more babies and I can't do it alone. And speaking of, like, on another note, I just had a friend recently say, I just have this urge to co-parent with you girls. And I called Kat and I was like, I can't, like, I, I don't know anybody else, maybe Mormons. I don't know anybody else who
Italians.
yes, you're right,
Italians.
created a situation.
Filipinos.
Yep, you're right.
Of other cultures.
Other cultures that did what we did when we
Yeah.
had babies. Like,
I think most other cultures rely on a village. It's just us fools
Yeah.
who don't rely on a village because you really technically can't do it. You can't do it.
no.
You will lose your mind
Yeah.
trying to do it. And when people get in so much like flack for hiring people to help them out, like nanny or
Mhm.
babysit, that used to be a thing when we had babies, that it
Mhm.
was like you're cheating because you have a
Mhm.
nanny. They were like, oh, it's so easy if you have a nanny. I'm like,
Mhm.
it's not easier.
Mm-mm.
It's just you have an extra pair of hands so you can actually run your own life too in a little way. Like it's a
Yes.
privilege. It's a don't get me wrong, it's a full privilege, but daycare is also help.
Yeah.
Like anything, if you have someone come in to help your children, that's
Mhm.
just help. If
Yeah.
you pay someone, if they come in, and if you don't have that support network, it's really fucking hard.
Really, really lonely. And I like just not to make anybody jealous, but Kat and I figured it out that we literally started our days together and we did up until dinner together. And there wasn't a day off. There wasn't a day where it was like, because what else? Our kids did the same things every day.
Shit.
But it wasn't like, oh, today I'm not going to come over. Oh, today we're not going to be. It was every single day till after dinner. We would get our kids in their jammies. They would be ready for bed when the dads got home. And your husband wasn't even home at that time for bedtime. We'd go home and we'd put the kids to bed and we put the kids to bed early. And we
And imagine the
never,
people who also only have one child,
uh
because I think that amplifies the responsibility
Mhm.
on the
Oh.
the woman or the person, the man, because when you have siblings in the house, which I know not everyone can,
Mhm.
it there's like there's a distraction.
Yeah.
And they're distracted, whether it's whatever it is, fighting, laughing. They get along often when they're babies and they just
Mhm.
sort of have a distraction. So
Mhm.
for us, having more was a distraction
Yeah.
because there were so many of them that it was just something you just kept moving. You
Mhm.
couldn't stop moving.
Mm-mm.
And I think when you're at home alone, you stop. And
Mhm.
that's really for us a terrible place
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
We did not like stopping.
No.
And when we stopped, it was overwhelming. It was loud. Like
Loud, so loud
and not loud, just loud, like
in your brain.
overwhelming. And
We grocery shopped
oh
together.
yeah, you remember you couldn't fill your gas. I used to take you to the.
Didn't fill my gas, couldn't drive to the grocery store.
Now you had to follow me.
And we'd spend so much time. And even that, like we had fun in the grocery store, but even we were always waiting for a bomb to go off, but we had each other. We
And
were
we
never
also had
alone.
yeah, because we were potty training
Mhm.
inevitably someone. So you would have to take one of you would take one, I would watch the others. Like there was always somebody, another set of eyes to watch somebody else and help. And then the older kids began to be able to watch the younger
Mhm.
kids. So there was more freedom for them to go up and down. And I do see other families doing it in other situations where they parent
Mhm.
as a group.
Mhm.
And it is like, I'm dropping you off on Sunday. Can you take so and so? Because so and so, like, it is just an expectation that the children go other
Mhm.
places because you can't do
Yeah,
everything.
it's just like in the beginning, I think moms don't want to like you don't want to ask for help because
No.
you want to think that you can do it all yourself, but in the end it's like that person wants your help just as much as you want their help, and if you can help each other, then it's even better.
It's so fucking crazy.
But it was so intense and it was so
when you
like
moved away.
yeah, no, I just mean having little kids, but it was like it was such a like we created such a
How good was your relationship with your husband when you were away?
mm, It was so busy because we had a baby and a baby. I remember, and I also had I had my cousins come for 2 weeks. I had a friend come for a week. I went away for a month.
You're very busy.
I had a nanny. I went out for these social nights with these moms. We ended up becoming friends with these people that we'd hang out every weekend. I don't think there was a lot of alone time.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just a craziness.
Like after work, you guys would.
I guess we'd put the kids to bed and then, yeah, I think it was pretty good because it was just busy.
Just chill. Like, I didn't know if he felt the pressure of being you not having family.
I don't know.
Because my husband would like to move to another part of the city. And I'm like,
Mhm.
absolutely not.
Mhm.
Absolutely not.
I know.
It's like another country.
Yeah.
30 minutes, another country. I mean, he has contemplated it many times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope.
Well,
No,
I have a
not because
son
of
that will
anything.
go
But
there.
what?
I'll have a son that will move with him.
Well, I know, but it's if you got to go where your community is.
I
And I'm not sure that men feel the same way about
No.
community. I don't know if they understand community for women. I don't know if men get to experience what we get to experience as women, like
No.
community. And I think that sometimes men get offended by community
Mhm.
because they think it replaces them
Mhm.
when it doesn't. It's just something that women lean into more that I see than men do. And not that men can't have it. I just find that women, we don't need to do an activity in
Mm-mm.
order for us to have a relationship. I
Mm-mm.
feel like men need to do something in order to have a relationship. Golfing, watching a game, like boys' trips are usually oriented
Around
around.
an activity.
For women, we can just
Sit
be.
around. I mean, we can sit around and chat for hours. We don't even need a glass of wine or a coffee. We don't even need because they'll go out for beers
Yeah,
and they'll have drinks.
because they get to do
It
something.
and it also loosens up, makes it easier to talk.
They get to do something.
We can run into a woman on the street and we literally have to stop the conversation because you could just talk to a woman for so long.
Did we take 2 breaks? I'll just take a quick one just in case I didn't. But no, it is something that men will never appreciate fully, and it doesn't replace your relationship with your husband. But I think, like when I think back to that story of that woman getting divorced over hockey,
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's probably so much more like that. I wish we could hear
well,
more.
also he probably doesn't have a community because hockey probably was his community.
And now
then
it's
your
over.
kid grows up, and then you have nothing because your
I
family.
mean, he probably has a new wife.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I wish I could do a
Do you remember
follow-up.
who she was?
No. Do you?
I think we could really deep dive into our brains and figure out what she owned.
I mean, she was bitter.
She was.
Bitter.
And she was attractive, I feel like.
She was so bitter in
Yeah.
hockey. She's like, don't ever get your kids into hockey.
Because there might have been a part of her that really valued
Family time?
family and maybe her relationship with her husband and she felt replaced. Maybe she felt replaced by it. How you would not feel replaced by
I
that?
would not know.
She
I
might have
love
been
when he goes to the rink. I
Right.
am like,
I
babe,
know.
he is I love that he has a happy place.
She might have been more how guys want she might have been like, you're choosing that over me.
Oh, like offended.
Yeah. Our relationship should have been number one and you chose that.
I love hockey season.
Mm.
I love being a hockey widow.
I know.
He's happy. He's happy there. I love that they have something to go do. That's great. Go have fun. He loves it there. It's the best version of himself at
know.
a rink.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's a happy place to be. Most guys are. I don't know many men who don't love going to the rink.
Well, the one thing that's great for your husband because he has perspective because he played also is that it doesn't make him a toxic human like it does some other men.
Oh, no. He goes for.
Do you know what I mean?
He goes for Wild Wings.
But some men do turn toxic.
Yes. Yeah. No.
Your husband's not one of those.
No, he goes for fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. They go for an hour. They do.
And they talk about things that interest them.
They do. What are they called? When you open up the trunk?
Yep. It's tailgating.
They tailgate.
Yep.
Even in the cold.
Yeah.
They bring barbecues.
That's so cute.
Tailgate.
Still this team?
Porchetta.
I love them.
Yeah, they tailgate. They love to
that's
tailgate.
the kind of dad I would be.
Tailgating.
Mm-hmm. I could tailgate.
Wild.
But then I can't
they have to drive home, so they don't go crazy.
Well,
but they have food. They have buffets. Everyone
Beautiful.
brings something. It's wild.
A little potluck in the parking
little
lot.
potluck in the parking lot at the back of trunks.
Yes.
Anyways, guys, let us know if you parent differently, how that goes for you.
Yes, and if you
what that looks like.
Yeah, and if you have been in a situation where your relationship fell apart because of these things, which I think it's more than people
Tools,
talk about.
learning challenges, differences in how their child wants to live their lives. Leave us. Oh, cause there's some stories. Then we're gonna go, but where the moms secretly have a relationship with their kids, but the husband doesn't agree with how they're living their life, but the mom's like still like sending money, like on the DL
Mm,
having relationships, and the dads too. But they're
mhm.
like, my line's always open. Um,
Let us know, guys.
you have to
And
do. We have to say goodbye.
okay, this is
Cat
Cat and Nat signing
saying
off.
goodbye.